Hello everyone on YouTube, and welcome to the 8th part tutorial of how to model a living room. Now this time in this tutorial we are actually going to start and texture our scene, and we will do it, we will start with one part that will concentrate on the texturing part, and then we will add another part where we are creating the the light setup for this scene. Now I want to do this as quick as I can, so just try and pay attention good as much as you can, because at first what we are going to do is first scale this whole thing here, and we do want to add room walls. So let me just begin, and let's start with a cube. I want to add a cube to the scene, and I want to make it large, as you know, relatively to something that will present a room. I'm going to use the 4 view in order to make this cube bottom plane here to act as our floor. Okay, so I will need to put this pretty much the same level as all the objects here in the scene, and I want you to press on for Mac users or insert for Windows users to adjust the pivot. I need to bring the pivot over here and then click on or insert again. So now I can zoom in and still grab this arrow and adjust it so it will be the floor size, okay, the floor height. Also I want to stretch this room walls that way, and now I want this wall here to be so a little bit closer to these objects there. Okay, that's fine. And as you can see, this fretwork table, it's not at the same height, so I will bring this over here. And also we have the lamp cable, electricity cable, and this electricity spot that they are not really on top of this floor, so I will grab them and just adjust this, okay, that way. Now that it's pretty much okay, we can go back to perspective view and grab the cube and stretch this that way, okay, that way, and again to the 4 view, and I want to use the side view this time, which is the front view in my case, and bring this wall here so it will meet the TV desk, okay, and also the electricity spot, so it will be attached to the wall. Okay, now this is the idea. Now when you think it's good, by the way, you can again adjust the pivot if you need the arrow to be there, and just come and zoom in and see how it works. You see, it's not really attached to them, so I need at least that the electricity spot will be attached to the wall. Now when you're done to adjust all these things, we will add few edge loops. So the one will be, we will hold on the shift, right click, insert edge loop. I want to add one edge loop over here, one edge loop over there. I am in soft selection mode, so I will turn this off. Yeah, and then I want to add 2 more lines, one here, okay, and one here. Now also I forgot, I want to see this room. Okay, if this is the floor and this is the ceiling, it's a little bit too much high, so I'm going to right click, let's expand this, choose vertices, first object mode, vertices, and grab all the upper vertices and just scale this down. So you know, it will be relatively the same proportions. Okay, that way. Now I will bring those vertices down back so I can create my window. So I'm adjusting the window size right now. This will be the window, this area here, that way. Yeah, that's a wide window, but that's fine. And let's press let's move to this view, right click, choose face. We want to delete this face. Okay, now we have a window, and if we are looking this at from the inside, it will look like this. Okay, so you can see the ceiling is in some average height as the floor, and everything is correct. The electricity spot is attached to the wall, and everything fine. Okay, now I want you to go back to 4 view, and we will use this view that you can see the desk and the TV in front of you, and I want to grab everything here and just pull this to the grid line there. Now we are going to go over create, measure tool, and distance tool. Now for this task you need to zoom in a lot, and I want to click once here with the measure tool, and here once again double, this will be the second click, and this will create our measure tool. Now if you take your selection tool or pressing Q, you can grab the locator. This is locator, and this is also a locator. Now the measure tool is attached to those locators. We need to grab this locator and adjust it to 300 units. Here it says that there are 2 units, 0.002,256. So we need to adjust it to 300 or 254, something like this. Okay, I'm not sure what's the ceiling in your place, what the average height of it, but I will go with 3 meters or 254. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, whatever. I'm just opening the attribute editor for this locator, and here I can adjust the translate Y, okay, into 300. Okay, now you can see that the locator has brought that height. Now you can adjust it to 50, maybe even. Okay, just try to match this to real world scale. I think 250 to 300. Okay, never measured this, but let's say 300. Okay, 300 stands for 3 meters, and each unit of cube here on the grid represent 1 centimeters. Now on Maya, in Maya, if you go over setting preferences, you can see that in the settings here, you're working with centimeters. You can change it to whatever measure. I don't know what to call this, but whatever. Okay, and I basically use centimeters, so do it also, or just feed it to your own scale that you're using. Now we are grabbing all the features that that are this living room together with the living room walls, and we go over general and click on group. Now here we are still on the side view. You go over show and turn off the grid. So now we can see somehow this measure tool. Okay, and what I want you to do is, while it's grouped, you grab all these pieces with the scale tool, and using this cube here, okay, to expand or scale this simultaneously to the all sides. Okay, so it will stay in proportions as it is, and as you can see, I'm already starting to get over this locator here. You see this locator? I need to go that height. So somehow that way. Now we can see that the living room is on the same size as this measure tool. You see, this is the top, this is the bottom, and that means that we are okay. Now I will go back to perspective view. Let's zoom out, and this is how it looks. I do want to check that everything stays at the same place. You see, everything is intact, everything is above the floor, and we are okay. And also the next thing is maybe yeah, no, never mind, let's leave it as it is that way. I do believe that we need to get some space from the wall and the maybe a little bit space, not much. I will bring it just a little bit to the side here, and I want to check that this it's okay. Okay, so this is the window for now, and whenever you want you can just grab the vertices and maybe scale, but do it for the both sides. You see, I'm pulling also those vertices over there, and I'm adjusting the window that way. Now I'm going to grab those three faces down here and extract them, but before you extract them, make sure keep faces together is checked, and then go over mesh and extract. So now the floor and the walls are two different pieces. Press F8 once or twice to get back to object mode, and then grab the walls and go over polygon and extrude it. Sorry, yeah, extrude it. No, don't extrude it. Sorry, don't extrude it yet. We are going to right click, choose edge. I want to double click this edge, double click this edge, double click this edge, double click, no, not the lower ones, only the top ones. Okay, these, and these. And I'm not doing those because we aren't gonna shoot the picture from there. I just need those edges to be beveled. So hold on the shift, right click, bevel edge, and now you see what's going on here. It's beveled, and we need to change the offset to something a little bit lower, like this. Now this is just for when we render. We won't have any artifacts of the lights and stuff like this over those edges and corners of the walls, where the walls and the ceiling is intact or between two walls. It can cause problem, and it's better to bevel those edges, so that way you will get smoother kind of flow of your lighting. Okay, so after we've done so, let's add this, let's extrude this wall. Okay, I want to extrude it a little bit so we will have some thickness to the window frame, see? And don't worry, the floor is still where it should be and it's covering everything. Just don't move the walls anywhere else. And press, let's do this like this. That's enough. Now I want to grab those two pieces and add them to new layer. That way. There, let's call this room walls. Hit the enter, save, and we are good to go. Now we can just hide it for now, and we can delete the measure tool because we don't need it. Okay. Yeah, we can grab also the locators. It's better to get rid of everything that we just created there. Locators and the measure tool. So now we want to basically texture this. Now what I've done, I downloaded a few textures, and I will add those textures into the description. Okay, so you can grab them from their official websites and use them. Now for most of the materials in this scene, we are going to use the Maya Material X shader. Now that means that we will need to create for each one of them Maya material X and adjust it specifically to the object we are going to use. Now I'm going to start with metal things. We want to render as metal things, so I'm going to grab this thing here, the room legs, the table legs here. I want to grab those. I want to grab the screws here, okay? That's pretty much important if you're going to move it somewhere else in the scene. Okay, I want to grab those legs here, so I will do it all at once. Shift, select them all. That way, from the bottom, grab those handles and those handles here. Okay, so these are all the metal objects that we right now have in the scene, and these are all the objects that are going to be applied with metal kind of look. So right click, assign new material here. Okay, assign new material. You will get this pop-out menu. From here you change to mental ray and Maya material X. Okay, after you've done so, you switch in the attribute editor to the Maya material X. Here at the top, first change it to metal. Okay, and go over preset, click on it, go over the Chrome section and choose replace. Okay, now before that I almost forgot a quick thing we need to do. If you click here on this icon here, you will get the render setting, and for those who don't know, this is where you determine in what render engine you want to use. We want to use the mental ray, but in some cases you won't get to see the mental ray here. So what you need to do to fix this is first close this, go over Window, Setting Preferences, Plugin Manager, okay, hit this and you will get this list here. If you scroll down, you need to see down here Maya2mr.bundle. That means that this will enable Maya Mental Ray plugin. So you need to click on both of them. By the way, Maya Mental Ray is coming by default built-in with Maya, okay? So there is no need to go and download it from somewhere. There is a standalone version just to update it, but just so you will know, it comes with Maya built-in. So after you ticked both of them, hit the close, and then you will see this here. When you click on this, you will see the mental ray option. Okay, so just for now we will leave the render setting. We want to keep on texturing this. Now the next thing will require a little bit tricky move. What we will need to do is go over Window, Rendering Editor, Hypershade. Okay, we will open the Hypershade. Sorry, Legacy Materials down here. Now just a little mark. Sometimes if you type in the search bar here something, okay, like this, you see, even if I were in some menu, everything just disappeared. You see, now it's blank, so you can see all the menu of mental ray nodes and shaders, and if I will type in something, everything will disappear. So if you got into this, that you don't know where are your your nodes and shaders, you must first delete whatever you type in there, and then we want to go to Legacy Materials, click on Dielectric Material. It will show up here. Now it's very important what you are going to do right now, so pay attention. You are going to grab this with your middle mouse button, which means the wheel, click and hold and drag it, okay, on top of this upper part of the table, okay, so it will become green. Now it's very important that you do this that way. You first click on this, it shows up here, you grab this with the middle mouse button and drag it over this plate here, okay. Now when you're done so, you minimize the hypershade, you click on the plate, and then from the attribute editor of this you will see the dielectric material tab here. Click on it and choose surface material checkered box here. Click on it, and then from the legacy material, again make sure everything is blank here. Go over legacy material and choose the dielectric material. Now it turns into red, and right now it tells us that it's indicating that right now it's working. Okay, all the switches are connected, and this material, this shader, is now fully working, and you can adjust the color for it, but leave it as it is. Okay, don't touch it right now. Okay, so this is for our table glass, so I will just change it to table glass, the name, and hit the enter. So now we can continue. By the way, you can press 6. I don't see the... Okay, never mind. Let's just see something. I want to make sure that... Okay, I have one more thing to say. You can grab everything here, okay? Go over Edit, Delete by Type, History. It's very important because we have a lot of history to those shapes. You just see if it deleted everything. Yeah, everything is deleted, all the history. So we can continue. Next we are going to texture the sofa. So grab this sofa parts, by the way, without the legs. Don't grab the legs, and let's grab these sofa parts. Shift select them, everything is selected, and we are going to right click, assign new material, go over Maya Material X, and from the Maya Material X tab here, I want you to go over Preset, change to Rubber, Replace. It will turn into black, but click on the color and change it to something that looks like this, okay? Between white and yellow, you know, some kind of vinyl kind of look, color, okay? You can do whatever you want. Now I prefer to use the rubber preset because it's more look like you know, kind of leather, although there is other ways to do this, but right now I prefer to use this. Okay, now we are going to by the way, we are going to select it and just name it as sofa color. Okay. Sorry. And now we will continue to these desks here, okay, all those pieces of wood. At first I want to grab all those 3 pieces, okay, right click, assign new material, Maya Material X, and from the Maya Material X3 let's name it as desk wood, okay, and click on this color checker box here. Now I'm going to navigate to my texture files, okay, so file, click here file, then you will get this on the attribute editor. Click on this, and you will get this window. Go over desktop and untitled folder 3. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, I had to drink some water. So we have the those 5 texture. Now I want to choose some nice texture for the wood of this. Now I don't want this wood to be very much like this. I used to use these, but I don't think it's nice, but you know, not for this kind of room. I prefer to use this one. No, sorry, this one. Okay, so click on open, and now if you press 6 on your keyboard, you will get to see this texture on top of it. While right now I don't see this. Okay, click this, color, file. Okay, so now I can choose this and this, this. Okay, and open. So now you can see how it looks. Now about texturing and UV texturing, okay, it's very simple when it comes to pieces like these, okay. You just need to be aware of the options you have, and then everything will go fine. By the way, we can also assign the same material to this, so desk wood to this desk, okay. And you need to be aware of the options you have. I will first save this, save scene as, and let's save it as living room tut 1, okay, save as. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can lay your UVs easily without, you know, starting to use the UV texture editor, because you don't really need this for this kind of texturing. All you need to know is what you want to do, and if you know what you want to do, everything is much more easier then. So we can see that here the texture looks good, okay. I like the way that the texture is flowed to the right and left, or horizontally or whatever, and that way also here. And those, you can see they are going vertically, so I don't need those to be going vertically. I will just go over face, grab all the face that here okay, and then I can come over create and create UV based on camera. But when you want to choose this, you want to make sure you face this that way, okay. And create UV based on camera. So in this particular action, everything went good. It's just using the UV in this direction, and everything is correctly. But in some cases it can make it can be different. So I first want to also choose these, okay, these parts, even though they are the same, because this is one piece. I just want to grab them and create UV based on camera, that it will match, okay, the texture will match in this side. Also, I do want to grab these faces right now. I was unselecting those, by the way, and then go over right, okay, choose this view cube, face my camera in front of this desk here, and create UVs based on camera. So now they're the UVs as rearranged, and we can see the texture looks better here, okay. Let's press F8 once or twice. I have some difficulties to move here, not sure what's the reason for this. Now also I want to grab those top ones, face. Now I will need to do this very gently. Grab those faces, look at this from the top, and go over create UVs based on camera. Now I like the flow that it goes like this, but if it wasn't go like this, I can turn my camera that way and try to lay them that way. So now they will go over this direction. So you see, when you turn your camera, you can actually decide what's the flow of this or the direction of those textures. But basically this is pretty much okay, but still yet I prefer to use this way, okay. I don't know why, but I prefer that because those are also the same way, and I am gonna apply those of the shelves, okay, to be at the same way. So I'm going to select them and switch to top view and choose by the way, I need to be that way because this is how I used for the top. So create UVs based on camera, okay. So now they are laying in the same direction as the top and as for this. Now we are going to do this for all of them. we are going to use this shape over here, switch to the top and rotate it that way, and then create UVs based on camera, so the flow will stay the same. Okay. Press F8 once or twice to bring it back to object mode. And one more thing, we have some issue here about these faces. It's not always will look correctly, and it's not like it acts in the real world. In most of the cases you will see the flow of those, you see those like triangles, the flow of the wood will go from here to here, and here it will go vertically, horizontally, or vertically here. So you can adjust each one of those faces in order to make this look realistic. Now I already mapped this one, and I don't want to map this all over again, but so you can just grab this one and delete it, grab this one, Control D to duplicate it, open the channel box here, and now I will use the scale tool with the Z. Okay, no, just don't do it, don't use the scale tool, just see here, scale Z, it's 1.366. So if you change it to minus 1.366, then it will turn this into mirror. It just mirror it to the same shape here, and basically that way you easily create same duplicated item with the UV maps and everything, and you don't need to work on this more. Okay, so after we've done this, I remember how I lay the UV for this one, so I will do the same for here. Okay, and rotate that way, the camera was that way, and create UV based on camera. So now it will look the same as this table here, and that's all good with us. Okay, also we are going to do this also for this piece here. I forgot to assign this material to it, so assign existing material, desk wood, top, and create UVs based on camera. Okay, press F8, and you see that looks great. Okay, we also need to do this for this wood piece here of our floor lamp. So we will add another texture to it. So right click. No, sorry, I forgot. For this texture, we are going to do something. We need to adjust the reflectivity for it. So I'm going to switch to this node of the texture, and you see it's very reflective. This point here shows the amount of reflectivity. I want to bring this a little bit down, yeah, like so. It just lags a little bit, and I want to also bring down the glossiness. It's getting slow. I need to save this file right now because it's very much laggy. File, save scene. No, just save. File, save. Okay, so the amount of the glossiness is 4.433. I want to lower it a little bit more. I have some trouble here to slide with them. Everything here is pretty much intense, moving slowly. Maybe it's better just to type in, add the reflectivity. Very weird. Very weird. Come on. Okay, I'm having troubles here. I don't know. It's like it lags a lot. Yeah, it lags. I prefer maybe to save this, or come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go back home. What the hell? Okay, sorry, once again. Right now I'm on reflectivity of 0.202 and glossiness of 0.347. I need to get a little bit more glossiness, okay? So bring it up. It will take some time. My eye is really having trouble here. 0.400, yeah, that's fine. These values are pretty much okay. Okay. Also, it will be applied to all of those pieces because we use the same shader, so be aware of this. Now I'm going to add this lamp. We said lamp, this lamp. So right click, assign new material, Maya material X. We are going to choose the color checkered box, file, and add another texture to it. This time I will use this texture, okay, and click open. So this is how it looks. Now in this case you may want to change to top view, okay, top view, and go over create UV based on camera. So this is how it looks right now, and that's fine. Okay, it's a little bit stretched here, but you can basically adjust this and grab these, but I think that in general that's okay. Okay, the only thing that we've left to do, sorry, whoa, maybe this is the reason the hypershade was open and it can do some hard time for Maya to load things. 1 second. Okay, so in this case we are going to do the same. We are going to use the same reflectivity amount, and somewhere near to the same values. It doesn't have to be the same, but it's better to be somewhat closer to those values. That way I don't want to see the reflectivity, I just want to see the glossiness. And I don't know why Maya acts like this, really don't know. Okay, let's leave this that way. Yeah, I think that's fine. That looks fine. Okay, so after Maya went crazy, we can continue. Let's grab all those legs here for this stand. Basically grab those legs and grab these here and those, but unselect this middle thing here. Okay, again, let's grab these, because inside here we have those sticks. Okay, we have the sticks inside here, so I want them, but I don't want this. Okay, I want just all the frame that hold this thing. And right click, assign new material. We want to add this desk wood that we used on this. Okay, and you can leave it as it is. I think it's fine, although maybe for the sides I would prefer to lay the UVs based on camera, like from the side view. Just go over create UVs based on camera and they will look better. See? Now we will do the same for this one, for this piece. Right click, assign new material. This time we will add the lamp material. I think it was Maya Material X4. I forgot to name it. Okay, so I will just name it as fret work. Okay, just so I will remember that this is the fret work. And here you may want to leave this as it is. Okay, that's fine. You don't need to lay the UVs. Everything is how it should look like. Now we have few more things. We have the sofa legs, so grab them. This way, and right click, assign new material, Maya Material X, and this time we are going to adjust it to black, the color. Okay, that way, and you want to lower down the reflectivity. Okay, to about so. You'll see the changes, the glossiness. Okay, now you can just look at this and see how it looks. In real life it should look something like this, with a little bit amount of glossiness, not much of reflectivity, depends if it's new, but somewhere there. Okay, that's fine. Let's just name it as sofa legs, or sofa, yeah, legs. I think legs it's with A, I'm not sure, whatever, or with E, never mind. Next thing is to add the same material to this cable here. So choose it, right click, assign existing material, and this was the sofa legs. Here is this one. Then we want to choose these four faces of our lamp cover here. Right click, assign new material, Maya Material X. We want to go over preset and choose the translucence plastic film opalescent. I think it should be opalescent, but whatever. So this is it for it. Let's just call it lamp cover. Okay, this shader, and we want to grab these two. So this one, this thing here, we want to assign the same black color of the cable. Sorry, I forgot. So it was sofa legs, and this one, right click, assign new material, Maya Material X, change it to white. Okay, and lower down the reflectivity a bit, and also the glossiness a bit, somewhere there. Okay, and that's fine. So this is the base, this is how we are starting. We also want to, by the way, grab this TV first. Okay, yes, this is the last thing. So what we are going to do right now is right click, choose face. I want you to choose the inner faces of this TV, okay? Everything that inside the frame of this TV. And we are going to extract those faces. So go over mesh, extract, and now we have two different pieces. Okay, so we have the TV frame and the TV base. Select them both, right click. We can add another material with a little bit more reflection, so assign new material, Maya Material X, change it to black or to gray, whatever you like, and yeah, black, this black. And the reflectivity, I want to keep this a little bit reflective, okay, and with a little bit of glossiness. Bring this down, okay, and then we will grab the inner screen, right click on it, assign new material, Maya Material X, click on this checkered box next to the color, file, and I'm going to use one of the backgrounds I have here. Okay, this is Ubuntu kind of wallpaper. I decided to use this. Now the UVs for these faces are basically ruined, so what you need to do is go over create UVs, planar mapping this time, and it will supposed to fix this. So we have this screen right now. See, very easily to adjust UVs. It's not always come to this that you will have to use the UV texture editor. You can do it that way using those presets, all those planar mapping, cylindrical mapping, spherical mapping, automatic mapping, and the UV based on camera, and the best planar texture tool. Those can help you with tasks like this. By the way, we forgot to also adjust those faces here, but do this in your spare time, okay? One more thing is this one here. Right click, assign new material, Maya Material X, go over preset, change it to rubber again, like the sofa, but this time I want this to be pure white, so just change it to white and leave it as it is. Don't do anything else, don't change the reflectivity, don't change the glossiness, that way it's fine. After we've done all this, it's better to save this, of course, save, and we want to bring inside our room walls, so bring this room walls, and here what you want to do is first to grab the floor faces, which is this plane here we extracted at the beginning of this tutorial, and right click, assign new material, change to Maya Material X, and now let me just delete the history for this, delete by type, history, and now I will see the Maya Material X. Click on this checkered box here, choose file, the attribute editor will change to this, and then I will choose this texture wallpapers. By the way, all the texture, if I said it or not, are in the description. There are links for these textures, okay? But you can use your own, do whatever you feel like. So I've been added this texture, but you see it doesn't really look good. Even if I will change the top view this time and choose to create UV based on camera, you will see that all that Maya did is stretching that that way. Okay, it looks awful. So I'm choosing this, making sure it's on this mode. Click on the color, and then go over. Sorry, click on the color arrow there. Okay, again this arrow, black arrow. It will refer you to this tabs. You change into place to the texture. Sorry, I'm really sorry about this. I'm smoking, and this is one of the reasons. So you're going to need to go over the repeat UV here and type in something like 60 for start. Okay, here, and 60 over here. So you'll get something like that. Now, if the size of those planks here fits you, okay, then all you need to do is rotate this in 90 degrees, so it will, you know, get some nice flow over this direction. And if you need, you can maybe add some more repeat UVs. So basically it just repeats the same texture. Okay, maybe this will be 60, so they will be a little bit thicker that way. Okay, but generally that looks okay, but we do have problems. You see, these faces here are a little bit they have two different looks, and because of this Maya a little bit, it's like she's having hard time, she's just adjusting the texture by using the scale of these faces. So basically what you will need to do is go over top and again create UVs based on camera, okay, and come back inside, and then hopefully the size of all of them will be the same. Okay, see, No, we have problems here, I think. Maybe. Let's change this repeat UV's value a little bit. Let's bring it down to 50 and 50 here. Maybe 30 here. Yeah, that's more. Okay, now you can see they are all some kind of in the same size, so that's fine. Okay. Even though it looks that here they are smaller, they're all at the same size. Don't worry about this. It's just something I don't see it correctly from perspective view. Okay. Maybe I will lower this also to 30. It looks a little bit strange that way. Okay, so this is for the floor, and now right click, choose this walls, right click, assign new material, Maya material X again. Okay, something is not working. Maya material X, and we want to change this to we will try. Okay, it's some kind of trying here. I'm going to lower down the amount of the reflectivity to 0 and also the glossiness to 0, and I'm going to change the color to white. Okay, don't do anything beside this, and from here again save this, and we will continue at the next part on creating the light, and then see how we will need to tweak some of the some of the textures. Okay, and this is it for this part. We will continue at the next part. See you and bye.